Well, hi guys. It's Friday, 30th of April. What a difference 36, 40 hours can make. We got about 2.5 inches of rain. About 2 inches of rain. 1.5 inches, 2 inches, absolutely solid worth of rain. Some places more. But kind of what I wanted to talk about was this disc and that gang spacing right there between the wing and the main gang right here. I didn't know it when I bought it. I couldn't see it. It was set about a foot apart, so it had to come in, and surprisingly the bolts come loose. So it was here. I moved it back to here. Now by the paint right there, that's where it was before. And it's kind of the same here. Now, I measured it. This one didn't come quite as far as that. Well, they're about equal now. Yeah. I had a dickens of a time because you got to pull the bottom this way. You tighten the top bolt up and pull the bottom this way in order to get these brackets against the very bottom of the tube. But they're there now, and these are 7 to about 7 3/4 wide spacings. They're really kind of weird, but some of them are 7 on the money, some of them are 7 1/4, some of them are 7 1/2. So runs the gamut. I think it turns pretty decent the way it is. It'll move around some once I get the disc in and it'll settle in. But that's really the biggest thing I've had to do to this disc, is just simply loosen 4 bolts up and move that gang back this way. Why it was pushed over, I have no idea, because you can see it right there on that frame where it was pushing right up against this tube, and it's wore the tube edge at an angle. I don't know why it was done that way, but it was. But it's straightened out now. Had been asked by someone, how hard is it to flip the wing? Well, with any luck, I'll show you how simple it is. This latch has to be pushed down. See? So, push it down, come up, and voila! One-handed. Because these springs, actually, the way they're put on, when you go to bring it up, it's pulling up, but you get to about right here, it lets loose, and when you start going over, it starts putting tension on it, to the point of, you can pull it down. Like I say, I don't know why they took the bracket off that goes here that latches these, but they're all 4 missing. So either I'm going to make some latches, or just put a short piece of chain where it goes up there and grabs it and holds on to it. Doesn't have to be much. Also was asked about why I like these discs so much, made like this. And it's very simple. Right here. You can pull that pin, adjust it back, or adjust it farther up. And kind of gives you more abilities on your ground. If you want a lightly disc, open it up to where, you know, it's just cutting in basically. If you want it to plow ground, you know, shove that dude all the way up and it will plow ground. That's one of the reasons I really like these discs, because of that fact. It gives you more opportunities to make changes, basically. And, well, I like the idea a lot. I still think when this disc was put together, it was put together wrong. I'll be totally honest, because you have a scraper on a furrow closer, but you don't have one here on a blade. I think these are mounted on wrong. Just my theory, of course, but it kind of is what it is. There's some of these, like this outside one, may get taken off and put down here in the middle, or over there, because you got one over here, but you don't have one there. So we'll see what happens. I did check on prices on these scraper blades, scrapers right here. They're $11 a piece, brand new from Agco. Well, it's a little high, but they can get them. These, however, these are 35 bucks a piece just for this flat iron bracket. So I guess I'm going to be making some, because I'm not paying $35 a piece for the dumb things. It just goes against my better judgment. I'm sorry. But that pretty much, mechanically, you might say, fixes this disc. There's really nothing else it needs. I am going to, this weekend, probably tomorrow, get the jack out here, hook this thing to the truck, and jack it up, and go around and check all the wheel bearings, because I know there's a couple of them loose. And much to my surprise, there are in fact grease zerks on these hubs. There's one up right there. Yeah, there are actually grease zerks there. Right there. So that's an added bonus. And I want to check all the lugs, because frankly, you got a wheel on backwards there, and this rim has been, looks like bent up a little bit trying to get it off. So we'll have to look at it. Like I said, it's got brand new tires on it. I like it. There's something that needs to be flipped around right there. That U-clamp. I can see that right there, right now. That needs some attention. So, it will get some attention. I don't know what they've done, but that don't look right. So we're going to fix it. Never noticed that till just now. Oh well. Still money well spent in my book. And let me go over here. Well, hi guys. It is Saturday, May the 1st. And I'm getting into the disc a little bit. Jack it up. This wheel bearing was loose. And I put about 35 pumps of grease in it before anything started to sound like it was moving in it. This one is loose and the rim's on backwards. So, going to get in, take the wheel loose, back it off, turn it around, put it back on, and then tighten the wheel bearings. So we'll be back here in just a minute, guys, so hang on. Okay guys, I've gone through all 4 wheel bearings, tightened them all up, turned this tire around like it should be. All 4 wheel bearings are tight now. All 4 wheel bearings are greased. Really good. Had to rescue Dad once on the mower. He got stuck. But, oh, bless his heart, you can't tell Dad no. Right now, I am looking at moving some scrapers around. Put my jack down. Ooh, almost too much one-handed. Okay. Let's see. Well, let me do some looking and thinking here what I need to do and what. And I'll be right back, so hang on. Okay, guys. I've moved some of them around. Took some off the front and put them on the back. Front doesn't plug up like the back does on any disc. So I shuffled them around. One there, one there, one there. I could take these 2 off the furrow closers and put them up front on where they're missing, which is one over there and one right there. Or leave these on, make 2 new brackets, and put them on this, you know, up there. And I'm still thinking about that. But I've gone over the disc now. The wheel bearings are all tightened up now. They've all been greased to where I'm happy with them. They were pretty dry because there was just about a tube of grease put in all 4 of these hubs. That tells you how little was in them. Yeah. For the most part, you know, I've moved this gang from right there to right there, which now the gap between the blades is more like a spool spacing instead of being about a foot. I don't know why they moved it over, but it's been moved back, and we'll see what it does, because I do already know it was giving me an issue in the center of wanting to plug because it was so close. So maybe that is enough now that'll solve that problem. And other than making some brackets to put on it to hold the wings down, she's ready to work now. It'll go to work right now. Don't get me wrong. If I were going to be running this across, up and down the road, I would definitely want those catches put on this. But for now, they can be chained or tied or something. Nothing a piece of chain can't solve at this point. So I think I'm going to take this around back and park it, put the Oliver back in the barn, put the skid steer back in the barn. The Oliver, I spent about an hour going over the fuel system. And once again, my injector pump was low, had air in it. So I went through all these lines, everywhere, and snugged everything up a little tighter. Because it doesn't have a fuel leak. It has just enough of a leak gap someplace where it's sucking air. So hopefully now that problem is solved and I don't have an issue now. Like I say, I've gone over everything from this line to the banjo fittings here and this line to this line. This I know is tight. The hose clamps are tight. Made sure this fitting is tight. Did get a little more movement out of here. This is tight. This is tight. And I know this is tight. All the way to the fuel tank. So I won't know until I get to running it again. If it continues to have this issue, then I got to look into other things, because there's something obviously letting it get air. I just don't know where. Because all this I know is tight. Everything in the ejectors, the return line's good and open. So it's just in the finding it now. It's like Harry said, it's going to be something stupid. And I get a little more, half a turn more out of this right here. It could have been right there. Because I had an issue with that before seeping. So we'll find out. But as photos go, an 1850 with an Oliver 263 disc looks pretty good together to me. And she's 18 or 19 feet. I thought it was a 16. Maybe 17. But turns out it's an 18. It's actually more than, it's actually 19 feet when you put the back gang down and measure from this blade to this blade. Front is 18 and a half. So it's kind of, whatever you want to call it, I guess. That kind of in-between size. But guys, I'm quite happy with the disc. I'm really glad I got that bought. and I was really almost afraid I wasn't going to get it bought. Kind of in that you make an offer on something, and you have to wait 2 days, for over the weekend to hear back, and you're squirming the whole time. But as luck will have it, I got her bought. And it's kind of funny where it came from. They've had 7 or 8 inquiries Monday alone about this disc, wanting to buy it, and they had to tell them it's gone. Well, who bought it? Will they sell it? We need a disc. Like the old saying goes, you snooze, you lose. So when I see something and I know it's a good price, it's a good piece of equipment, I'm going to jump on it. This is no exception. If you look on Tractor House, this same disc, you're going to pay double what I did for this one. Bare minimum, double. And then some. So I'm quite pleased to get it. And especially 10 miles from home. I really, really like that part. So guys, this is going to conclude this. I've gone over the disc. It's greased. I've oiled everything. It has a new used cylinder on it, new hoses, new ends. All the wheel bearings are tight. They've been greased. All the bearings and the gangs take grease. Frame's been greased. She's pretty much ready to go now, other than getting a couple of these daggone blades to replace broken ones. And I'll make some new brackets like this to put new blades on it to replace. It needs one here on both sides. So I could take them off the burrow closers and put them on here, but I'm just wondering if I shouldn't just leave them on there, because the back half of the disc is more apt to plug up than the front side. Just the way it works. And somewhere along the line I'll make something for that. But I really like the wings, because it's a one-armed affair. My John Deere, it's both hands and you're working. This helps you bring it up both ways. So I like it. So we'll see you next time, guys. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And the 263 white disc is ready to roll. And I surely hope this is too now. So we'll see you next time, guys.